Hello, hello, hello. Exactly. Let me get a mic check, please. Can I get a mic check? I turned off the music. Tell me what it sounds like. Is it still too low? Trying out a new mic tonight. Tenfold. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Thunderstruck Super Series Tour My Division, and welcome to a holiday edition of Rebel Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and tonight we're going to have action at Stafford Motor Speedway tonight for the Slowball Derby 125. We're going to be trying out a new mic tonight. We'll see how it goes. Going to trust everybody in chat to let me know how it sounds. We need to turn her up, turn her down. You let me know. Zach B's already been helping me out, so appreciate you, brother. Well, tonight, get excited as we got quite a few drivers. Going to have about 25 guys. That means 5 guys going to go home tonight. Going to have a nice little B main tonight, but qualifying is currently underway now as we go ahead and bring that up and see where everybody's standing right now. Dante Curtis on top right now with a 18.13, sits atop the leaderboards now with Russell Brown Jr. behind him, Michael Wambold, Kevin Anderson, and Cody Bohm rounding out your top 5 so far. Looks like everybody is almost done, so we'll got a couple minutes, but really excited to see what's going to happen tonight at Stafford. Bristol had a lot of action, a lot of drama like normal, and expect to see the same thing tonight. Charles Stevens, thank you, brother. As always, this series is brought to you by Shappy Edits. Kai Shepard puts together a lot of really good videos. Great editor, does a lot of good work. So if you need anything for racing or just about anything, let him know and he'll take care of you. So always glad to have him on board. Appreciate him sponsoring this series. So Shappy Edits is the place to go if you need any kind of video editing, videos put together, anything like that. He's your man. So reach out to Kai. But looks like qualifying is pretty much done. Everybody has run their laps, and Dante Curtis is going to be our pole sitter. And it looks like, assuming that we show to have Jason Warren, Aaron Johnson. I'm not really sure if they're racing. We'll find out. You just never know. They may be running race control. But those are our guys tonight. It looks like they are. So looks like we're going to have a 4-car B main, which is not too shabby. We had a 1-car B main a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, it looks like everybody will transfer unless I'm just having a brain fart right now. So, going to be an exciting one tonight. Everybody's going to be in the main, and we're going to be having a good time. I'm excited. So, as the B main is getting ready to get going, let's go ahead and bring up the point situation as we look and see and make sure that they are updated. Mike Wambold on top with 147 points. Mike Hasty in second with 128. We've got some new guys that are coming in, so that will definitely shake up the point standings over the next few weeks if guys continue to show up. We've had a really good field showing up the last few weeks, so going to be a lot of fun. But tonight's going to be a lot exciting. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, got to spend time with family, and tonight we do have a nice B main because I am having a little bit of mental trouble apparently because we're going to have 11 or at least 10, 8 or 9 guys. Let's see, you got a couple guys that aren't showing up, but it looks like 9 guys are going to be in that B main, and 5 of them will move on. So 4 will be going home actually. So, you know, the holidays get to you. You have a little bit too much to eat, a little bit too much time away, and you have brain farts. And that's exactly what I'm having. So anyway, we're going to get ready to get the action going. You see guys already gridding up this B main. Going to be a good one. I would imagine Ray Page on the pole for the B main. Nick Schaefer, second. Sam Wetstein, third. Tyler Rice, fourth. Jason Lautridge, fifth. Brandon Wallace, sixth. Brandon Wallace said, I asked him what he got for Christmas the other day, and he said that he got coal. So hopefully he can get himself a ticket to the feature and a little Thunderstruck win tonight. So we'll see if he's able to get that done. Gene Watkins is going to be seventh. A couple weeks ago, B main winner. George Fernandez, 8th, and Colt Lanford going to be 9th. So going to be an exciting one. These guys are getting gridded up right now. And we will get this thing rolling. Pace car a little asleep. Guy fell asleep at the wheel, but we finally get going. Get those beautiful paint schemes loaded. Well, all right, 20 laps to decide who's going to make it to the feature. We got a lot of guys here who are definitely deserving. Let's see who's going to pull it off. Is Ray Page going to head this field? So we come around, got the one to go. We'll go down the back stretch, and pace car will hit pit lane, and we will get this thing rolling. We're open sets, so guys are either build their own setups, paying for them, go and find them on the website, using what's iRacing has, or begging for them. But either way, all open, you can make adjustments and stuff like that. So it's a good time if you make it in to kind of fiddle with your setup a little bit, see if you can find a little bit of extra speed. So pace car is off. Ray Page slow rolling them around 3 and 4. A green flag is out. See Barney waving that green flag. Ray Page gets a great jump. As Nick Schaefer able to get down ahead as George Fernandez looks like he's had an accident. He is in the wall, but we stay green so far. So George Fernandez is going to need a caution. He's in trouble. Go back up to the lead. And we see Ray Page still holding on to that top spot. Nick Schaefer, though, coming quick. We see we got a nice little battle here for the top 4 positions. And we'll go back here to the battle for 5th, which will be your transfer spot. Right now, it's Brandon Wallace. Colton Lanford, though, up 5 spots from where he started. We already got a Lanford Nation member. As somebody's sitting there, I think that's Gene Watkinson, is sitting in the grass there. Looks like he got promoted to spectator or something. I'm not real sure, but he is just he pulled himself up a camper and he's up on the infield. So it looks like he's going to be watching. As we go back and check this transfer spot, as Brandon Wallace has control of it right now, is actually the fastest car on the track. You see him there in that red and black 89 machine, that Eagle 1 car. From Odessa, Texas. Steve McDonald said, how y'all doing tonight, man? I'm doing great. Man, Steve, I hope you had a great Christmas. Hopefully they'll let you off of work. Oh, see Jason Lotchers climb the wall. Don't want to do that. It's going to let Brandon Wallace by. Jason's still in that transfer spot in that pitbox.io machine. 188 pink and white. Still in the transfer spot. Colton Lanford going to have to try to find a little bit extra to get up through there. Let's go on board with him. As we give you a little bit of sound. See, really cranking that wheel, trying to get it through the middle. Seems to be a little tight. This track's really flat. Jason Lotchard's way out of the groove, so just need to be patient. 13 laps to go. It's not that many laps, but plenty to get past Lotchard's. He seems to be a little out of shape after getting into the wall. But I can guarantee Lotchard's going to fight hard for that transfer position. As we check out front, and I apologize, Nick Schaefer, but he was able to take the lead away from Ray Page, but all of that really does. I mean, being a B-main winner is important, but that also gives him one better spot starting in the feature. So he just needs to bring it home. And you see a little diamond out of Nick Schaefer. You see Lotcher's doing the same thing, but it seems like these guys are having some success. Maybe diamonding 1 and 2, it looks like, at least. Trying to get a straight run off the corner. Let's go check on 5th place, see if Colton Lanford able to make up any ground. Not yet. He's about a half-tenth off of where he needs to be, so gonna have to find that little bit extra. Jason Lotchard's doesn't want to run over Brandon Wallace, but he sees Colton coming, and he does not want to to be the one that has to fight Lanford off. You know, Colt Lanford, Jason Lauters, they buy brake pedals and brake systems from the same company. And you see also steering boxes as well as he gets into the wall yet again. So probably a little bit too aggressive on the throttle. But right now, the transfer spot is under fire from Colton Lanford. Lanford Nation, rise up, because he is trying to make his way into the feature. I guarantee you he's not going to let it go without using that bumper just a little bit. So Lanford blinks out a little bit. The battle right here is where we're going to stay, because this is going to be who decides who goes home or who stays. Lanford all over that apron trying to find a little bit of speed, and he is able to get under Jason Lauters. Lauters in the wall again, climbs the wall, and that is going to move Colton Lanford, but Jason Lauters gives him the left front tire, but Colton able to hang on to it in that AMP 25 machine. So right now, Jason Lauters out. He's going to have to dig down deep, find a little extra to be able to get around and make it into the feature. Not too much time left. 5 laps to go as he is laying the bumper to Lanford, seeing if he can push him out of the groove and get up under him. Man, this is great racing here. Guys really want to get into this feature tonight. And Lauters sending it into the corner. I want to go on board with Lauters. Let's see if we can do that right now and watch as these guys battle it out. 4 laps to go. Gets on the brake, and Lanford actually overdrives the corner a little bit, so that means that Lauters going to, but these guys have to be careful. Tyler Rice in that highlighter machine. If these guys get to racing too much, Colton Lanford going for the crossover. Tyler Rice starting to work his way into the picture, and Lauters gets into the wall, and Lanford gets into the back of him. They are out of shape, racing the hell out of each other. But here comes Tyler Rice, not able to really make a move. Lauters right now got a little gap. So, yeah, Charles Stevens says great racing there. Absolutely. Guys wanting to be in the main show. Right now, it's Jason Lauters. Let's see if Lanford can make up the difference, or can Tyler Rice sneak in there and take it. Who is it going to be? 2 laps to go. Coming down, going to take the white flag. Nick Schaefer is still out front. I apologize, Nick. We'll show you here at the end, but this battle right here, we'll see what Colton Lanford's going to do. Is he willing to use the bumper? We saw Jason Lauters not afraid to do that. Will Lanford do the same thing? He's going to be there. He's going to have a good run down here. Is he going to put the bumper to him? They both drive in really, really hard. Lanford not able to get there. What a race for the transfer spot. Jason Lauters going to make it. Nick Schaefer was your B main winner. What a great race there. If that's any kind of indication of what the feature is going to be like, we're going to be in for a great show. So, man, I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Now, I'm assuming the transfer spot, hopefully that I was right and wasn't calling that for nothing, but we'll just pretend it was. Because I'm pretty sure only 20 guys make it into the main. You know, I've been doing this series for quite a while. You'd think I would know 100%. But sometimes these heat races, they get to acting goofy, so. See McDonald working tomorrow night and be off all next week. Man, that's exciting to hear. Yeah, the 87 series over at Original Rebels. Going to be guys are going to have to qualify in for the Monday night's race. We're running Bristol in the 87 cars. We're capping the field at 30 drivers, and we cannot have 40 drivers in Bristol. It's just going to be a mess. So it's going to be kind of exciting, though. Guys going to have to qualify in. Nobody is safe. Even your points leader, Ronnie Osmer, is not safe. So going to be exciting. If you're just joining us, this is the Slowball Derby 125 here at Thunderstruck in the Tour Mod Wednesday night series. Last week we saw some incredible racing from some new guys, and I expect to see the same thing tonight as we have about 15 seconds left in this warm-up. You know who I'm really wanting to see how they respond tonight after a tough week last week was Mike Hasty, who I think had a pretty decent car, or a race-winning car, and just got caught up in a couple accidents and got himself behind the 8-ball and just never could recover. So looking to see if Mike Hasty can make some noise. Cody Bohm, same way. Try to put it to these new guys who are coming in and just whooping everybody's butts. Hopefully we can see some of that tonight. Well, all right, let's look at our grid as we are getting ready to go. We got Dante Curtis on the pole, Russell Brown Jr. starting second, Michael Wambold starting third, Kevin Anderson starting fourth, Cody Boehm starting fifth, Mike Hasty starting sixth, Mike Steffen starting seventh. Starting eighth is Terry Bates. Josh Oswald starting ninth, last year's champion. Tristan LeDucier starting 10th. Jesse Necula starting 11th. Michael Swink starting 12th. 13th is Dave Jones. Matt Telder starting 14th. 15th, Henry Giardini starting 16th. Nick Schaefer starting 17th. Ray Page starting 18th. Sam Wetstein starting 19th. Brandon Wallace starting 20th. Jason Lottridge. Well, I'm ready to watch a show tonight. These front two are going to be hard to beat. They were pretty quick. Russell Brown Jr. was pretty quick, but he fell off a little bit. So did Dante last week. So we'll be interested to see how well they do on the short run versus the long run. And if they're able to hang on to those top two spots, as it Michael Wambold, Kevin Anderson, they will definitely be up there fighting. This whole top 10 is just a monster top 10. So we're gonna see what comes out of this. I'm expecting to see some really hard racing. Expecting some guys to have to use the bumper a little bit tonight, as we are on a flat track. That top side is just not going to work. Pace car pulls off. Dante Curtis going to lead us down to start the slow ball, 125. Green flag is out. It's a really good start there for Russell Brown. He knows he has to get a good start, as that top side just is not going to work, and you see the bottom side prevail. Russell not able to get down in front of Michael Wambold in that orange and blue machine, that 181. So Wambold going to have the preferred line there on the bottom. Dante Curtis gets a nice little jump out in the lead as we go back through the field. Oh, we see Mike Hasty. If I can get on him, Mike Hasty going through the grass. So, he's going to come back up on the track. And caution is out, as we had quite a few people get a little sideways there. Let's go back to Jesse Necula, see what happened to him. And see the wreck happen behind him, though, too. Matt Telder gets into the back end of Jesse and sends him flying. That's where our caution came from, because Mike Hasty had it saved. So, Mike Hasty getting a little bit loose there and sends it through the grass. Luckily for him, though, because I don't think the caution was going to come out. We saw a car in the B main sitting in the middle of the grass in the infield. And no caution came out, so he was going to be in trouble. And luckily, that incident between Matt Telder and Jesse Necula brings out our first caution on lap 3. So 125 laps. Open setups, no tire changes, just the tires that you started on are the ones you're going to finish on. And so right now, Mike Hasty, the guy I wanted to see what he was going to do, started in 6th-ish and is already back to 12th after that spin. So he's going to have a lot of work to get up front. But still, right now, your leader, Dante Curtis, still out front. See Michael Wambold blinking out a little bit there. But I expect him to be up there fighting for the win as well. So able to get around Russell, but that's going to put Michael in the worst spot, being on that outside line. I think from here on out, being second is probably the worst thing if we have a restart, because the leader will get a much better jump than you will. and the top side just has no grip. Just does not work out there. So it's going to be tough. He starting second. If you have a lot of cautions, caution after caution, you're going to see guys just trading that second and third spot as it's going to be very, very difficult for second place to really make any kind of move. Getting ready to go back green. Dante Curtis, still our leader, gets a good jump. Gonna bring. Actually, Wombo gets a great jump. Is he gonna be able to get down to the bottom? Doesn't. He's gonna get a good run off this corner right here. So, you know, Michael Wombo making me look like a liar as Russell Brown Jr. just did not have a good enough restart. But that's good for Michael as he's able to get down, hold that second place. But he may not for long as he does get in the wall. It's going to bring Russell Brown Jr. to second place. Got a couple guys off track. What's going on? Matt Telder going around. Let's back it up and see what's happening there. I think we're still under green. Like it was already. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Sam was getting a little bit loose there, but we are green, so we'll stay with the action as we watch and see. Russell was able to get back around Michael, and it looks like Cody Bohm is making his way to Michael's back bumper. Let's check out through the field. Mike Hasty hasn't really improved from where he after he spun, so not moving forward just yet. We got a couple guys that are on the move. Michael Swink here in the 51 machine. He is up 4 spots from where he started. Tristan, you know, the last name's going to get me every time. I think it's going to make up. I'm going to make up something every time, but he's up 4 spots as well. Josh Oswald right behind him in that 23 or 17 machine. Excuse me, is up 2 spots. Nick Schaefer, our B main winner, is up 4 spots from where he started up to 12th, so he's making his way toward the front. He's always a threat here at the short track races. Ray Page and Jason Lottridge as well. So Matt Telder coming out of pit road, so you come in and get a faster pair, I'm assuming. Yeah, Reggie Miller, I do not know. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Let's reload it, see if we can't get that thing figured out. Boom, there we go. And now the laps are cut off. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Well, it just may not be my day. Let's go up here and see if the ticker is working. Ticker's been messed up. Well, anyway, at least we got that fixed. All right, well, we're watching this battle here between Dante Curtis and Russell Brown Jr. Russell is starting to run down Dante. I believe they're teammates, so we'll see what happens as far as how much they race each other. Do they just ride? Russell has been a little bit quicker, and these two, unfortunately, for the rest of the field are, caution is out. Like Hemi Gardini and Dave Jones get into it. Brandon Wallace, Hemi. Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like maybe Hemi was trying to get down to the bottom. And was able to get down to the bottom, just washed up there in the middle. And unfortunately for Dave Jones, he was there and caught the front end of Hemi Gardini. So under our second caution of the night on lap 19. So more than 100 laps left to go. So it's still a long way. As we go through the field, let's talk about some guys and let's see what everybody's doing. Dante Curtis, Russell Brown Jr., of course, your top two. Wombold holding on to third place. Cody Bohm in fourth. Kevin Anderson quietly running fifth. Tristan, one of our biggest movers, in sixth. Josh Oswald in seventh. Michael Swink in eighth. Mike Steffen running in ninth. Terry Bates. You know, I don't know Terry Bates, so I don't know if Terry's new, but welcome, Terry. Glad to have you. But he's having a great run in 10th. Started 8th, dropped back a couple spots, but still holding on strong. Nick Schaefer, B-Main winner, up to 11th. Mike Hasty, see him go flying through the grass. He's in 12th. Ray Page having a good run, up to 13th. Jesse Necula running 14th. Jason Lottridge running 15th. I believe he supplied the brake packages for him and Giardini. Brandon Wallace running 16th. Dave Jones running 17th. Sam Wetstein running 18th. Him and Giardini running 19th. And Matt Telder running 20th. He is a lap down, so he's going to need another caution to get back on the lead lap. Now, Ratchet Miller, thank you for letting me know that was messed up. And I appreciate you being here, even though GK13 is not out there tonight. We are getting ready for this restart. Get this race back underway. Gonna be a little bit more than about 102 laps to go as we go back green. Dante with a great start, but Wombold does get a great start in third right behind him, so that inside line goes. So we got a big wreck back here as cars hard into the wall. Multiple drivers. Cody Bohm, Kevin Anderson, Michael Swink, Mike Steffen, all involved in that incident there. Let's back it up and let's see what happened. These guys are running up near the front. As you see, Kevin Anderson trying to take that inside, and Cody trying to get down to the bottom, and then it's just bumper cars after that as we were just getting going. So the guys just fighting as hard as they can to get down to the bottom. Cody was, and Kevin Anderson felt like that he had that bottom line. So So just another example of these short tracks where the bottom is just too strong. Guys doing whatever they can, taking evasive maneuvers, getting down to the bottom. And you see Matt Telder here going a lap down, having to pit under that green flag, and gotten both his laps back. So he is back on the lead lap. We see Kevin Anderson getting his fast repair, coming back on the track. So it looks like Kevin Anderson is a lap down. I'm not sure if he had to tow or why he went a lap down. Maybe he got caught when that caution came out behind the pace car. So Kevin Anderson a lap down, but the way that it looks like we'll have enough cautions to get these lucky dogs and get everybody back on the lead lap. So absolutely, Ratchet Miller. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We have been sort of on a holiday break, and why I do love Christmas and I do love the holidays. I cannot wait to get back to racing, get back to everybody, get these seasons rolling in Original Rebels, Thunderstruck halfway through, get everything back rolling. So I'm excited for all that to happen. Much needed break though. We had been doing a lot of racing. And, you know, it seems to always happen at the perfect time. Here we are, getting lined back up. Lap 28 of 125. Dante Curtis, Russell Brown, Michael Wambold, all three of those guys. And I don't know about Wambold. He seems to be a little bit off the pace compared to these two. But they are looking to get some green flag runs. They were laying down some really fast laps. And they both get a good start this time. Third place is just too strong. Let's see if Wambold can hold it on the outside. He's doing a good enough job right now. He's able to keep that position as we'll see if he can hold it in 3 and 4. Not able to, jumps down to the, gets out of the groove a little bit. I don't know if he got a little too close and made a little contact, but able to hang on to it. But he is under fire now from Tristan, who is, man, taking advantage of a lot of guys' misfortune. And has found his way up 7 spots, up to third. He is our third biggest mover right now, behind Nick Schaefer running in 6th spot. Jason Lottridge running in 10th. So a lot of movers. See him and Giardini coming out of pits. Check back on Nick Schaefer right here in this number 3 black and purple machine. We got a gaggle back here. Hippie Giardini comes out of pits and he is, man, we were 3 wide here. As guys, Ray Page backs out of a little bit. Smart move there as Mike Hasty trying to take advantage. As Ray Page sends it down into the corner. And, my goodness, what the heck was all that? Let's go back and check that out, see what we got going on. Oh, I see what happened. So Hemi comes out of the pits, and guys are just trying to get around him. He's on the high side, and Ray Page just trying to cut down behind Lottridge, and then just gets in the back of him. And fortunately, just at the worst time, Dave Jones, just a bad luck there, just kind of being in the wrong place, wrong time, gets caught in that right rear. As Ray Page comes down off the wall, sends him into the wall, backs him. Brandon Wallace able to scoot through. I don't know who that is up there. That's maybe Jesse Necula. Yeah. Whew. Well, 35 laps and 4 cautions. So might go grab you some popcorn and settle in, because this might be a long one. Ratcher Miller says, can't beat and grind on each other in open wheel, fellas. Yeah, you got to be pretty precise about where you use that bumper, as you got 2 tires hanging out, just loitering on the outside of your car. So if you give somebody the bumper, you got to make sure you get them square. Lights are out on the pace car. Going to go back green in just a moment. Like I said, Tristan in that 230, but 23 machine running in third. He's in the best spot in the house. Nick Schaefer, Jason Lottridge, guys on the move. Right now, Dante Curtis is our leader. We are green. Can't tell. Russell Brown going to be able to make it down to the bottom. He is. Kind of hangs out up top, makes sure he's clearing, is able to clear Wombold. Wombold able to, as he gets out of the groove again. So I'm not sure, guys, not playing nice with Michael tonight, as he has a couple times had to take evasive maneuver out of the groove and just moves him up the track. But Josh Oswald, last season champion there, trying to work on the inside, try to make it in that top four. As the night goes on, I imagine we'll see more and more of Josh Oswald. We watch this battle here with Tristan and Michael. Nice little side-by-side battle, little 4, 5, 6 car battle here for Nick Schaefer, Jason Lottridge, and Terry Bates. Terry Bates going backwards a little bit as he's stuck on that high side, but Mike Hasty making a hard charge back up through the front. Oh, and then as soon as I talk about him, it gets into the wall. Him and Jason Lottridge get wrapped up. Let's go back and see what happened there. Wow, that was crazy. Really hard to say what happened there, and luckily I'm not in the business of having to say whose fault it was, but it looks like two guys just racing and get together. That's internet racing, boys. But multiple people caught up in that one. Hemi Garardini caught up in yet another one. Jason Lottridge, a couple guys who were on the move, and it doesn't take long to go from hero to zero. Mike Hasty making it tough on himself. Already had lost a few spots, and now is going to have to come in and either get a fast repair, which I don't believe he used his last time. I don't think he actually spun out, just went through the grass. So he'll come down and get that fast repair. And he does, and get back on track. So 5 cautions in 45 laps. That is a lot. Getting a little messy here, guys. Are suffering from food comas. Well, Ratchet Miller, Steve McDonald, anybody in chat? Tell me how this mic sounds. This is a new mic that I got. Trying to up the audio quality. Now, it may inadvertently drop the audio quality because you can hear more of my voice. But let me know how the sound is. Am I loud enough? Can you hear me clear? Let me know. As we're under caution for the 5th time, looking to get this thing on some long green flag runs. We started with 20 guys. Got 2 out. Ray Page, Sam Sweatstein are out already. 18 cars on the lead lap. Kevin Kinder in chat makes his entrance. Merry Christmas to you, Kevin, Ratchet, Steve, Charles Stevens. Glad to have y'all. Going green here. Dante Curtis still on the point. Gets a great start, but so does Russell. Able to hang with him. Obviously, teammate. Oh, man, Michael Wamble getting knocked up out of the groove. And my goodness, Nick Schaefer, Terry Bates. I mean, my good grief. I can barely get green flag out of my mouth before they're already wrecking. Yeah, he just kind of gets sideswiped there, and he's coming back down, and you can see Nick Schaefer just trying to avoid, and the 8 machine just kind of comes up. Nobody's fault there, just trying to make it work. And Michael Wamble going for a ride. Amy Girardini slide in there with the Jason Lottridge brake systems. And so guys who have made their way all the way up to the front. Kevin Anderson gets a little clip there at the end. Michael Wambold in pits already. So he looks like it's going to be the end of his race. So a lot of guys having trouble, but I tell you what, that's good for some folks. It can be hard to pass it at short tracks. And when guys wreck, have issues, that's an easy way to pass a couple folks. Matt Telder was a couple laps down, probably about 20 laps ago, and he is oh Lord. There we go. Anyway, Matt Telder was a couple laps down, and he has made his way through all the mess and gotten back up to 7th place. Ratchet Miller, we can turn it up just a little bit. We can probably get a little bit closer to the mic as well. We'll keep working on it. Let me know how it's going. But yeah, Matt Telder up to 7th place. Brandon Wallace up to 10th. Dave Jones, after going for a ride there, he is still in 9th place. So a lot of guys taking advantage of these couple fellas having some accidents, some heavy hitters already in trouble. Our points leader is pretty much out of the race now after that last accident. So gonna see a lot of new faces up here. Jesse Necula, saw him almost spinning down the front straightaway. Now he's running in the top 5. So but like a broken record, Dante Curtis, Russell Brown are your front 2. Pace car is out. Dante with another great start. He's been knocking them off out. You know what I'm saying. He's been doing them every time. As Tristan is trying to make his way up to 2nd place on the inside of Russell Brown. Russell dives it down in there, holds him off on the outside, but has to give away a little bit. See Tristan really working that wheel. See those green hands in there going side by side. Let's go on board with him as he battles it out. Russell doing a great job holding that outside. Got a good little battle right here for 2nd place. I tell you what, Russell is showing a lot of muscle, holding on to that outside line, not giving up, knowing that if he does, he's gonna have a whole train of cars behind. Will they get into it? And oh my goodness, slides at 2-foot smashes. It keeps it out of the wall, able to hang on to it. We stay green, but that's going to drop him back a few spots. You see, guys just driving as hard as they can. He just knew that if he let somebody go, he's going to have a train of cars. He had to battle, hoping that Tristan would have some sort of issue and have to get out of it. And unfortunately, he was the one that ended up there. So move Russell Brown back to 8th place. Tristan up to second. Dante Curtis has about a 1.9 second lead so far, as we are almost halfway, going in a couple laps. See a couple guys getting in the wall back there. I don't know who that was. Mike Steffen getting into the wall a little bit as he Russell. Wow, Steffen gets a little bit off the wall, kind of makes Russell a little bit nervous. Takes evasive action, but nice little battle here. This is a battle for 7th place as Russell is trying to make his way back, and he's going to clear him here as we go up here and watch Cody work on Matt Telder. Matt Telder up into the top 5. I'll tell you what, though, being the leader sure is a luxury. Dante Curtis about a 1/10.5 faster than anybody else on the track. Having that clean air, able to really set an amazing pace. But let's go through the field. Let's try to find us some battling here. Guys are kind of nose to tail. Yeah, well, we'll try to get me a little mic stand or something. I don't know. I'm going to be the hunchback of Notre Dame trying to lean over and talk into this mic. I'll just hold it up here. We'll try to... Got a little noise suppression on it. That way you can't hear every sound in the room, but we'll keep working on it. Check out this battle here as Telder is making a move on Nebula from 4th place. So he has made his way. You see, oh my goodness, Cody Bowman getting on the brakes hard, trying to hang on to it in the entry. Able to clear him. Russell Brown has made his way back up into 6th place. We're going to check the speeds this time by, see who is running the fastest time on the track. Still Dante Curtis, a 1/10.5 faster than anybody else. Has a very comfortable lead of almost 3 seconds here, as we are a little over halfway done with this race. A little bit of green flag action. Dante's been looking forward to this. Definitely needing some green flag runs to really flex on the field a little bit, and that's exactly what he's doing. The only person anywhere close to the times that Dante is running is Josh Oswald, running in 3rd place. I say that surprised, but I shouldn't be. It just, you know a racer when you see one, and Josh Oswald is that guy. He's not out there trying to set any records. He doesn't need to lead every lap, but when it comes down to finishing in the top 3, Josh Oswald is somebody you can always put your money on, as somebody who can keep his car clean, keep his tires on the car, and get a good finish. That's how you win championships. He definitely showed that last season by winning the championship. So we'll check in on this battle between Matt Telder, Cody Bohm, and Russell Brown, as they are nose to tail. Cody definitely faster than Matt, but Matt not going to make it easy on these guys. Cody's just in the worst spot because he knows Russell is fast, and he's pretty quick himself, so he can't go through Telder. He feels like he's probably faster, knows Russell's going to be all over him, so he's trying to figure out a way to get a run on him so he can get away from Russell, who is all over the back end. See a little bump from Cody there. Matt holding strong, not going to be bullied out of that bottom line. He does give up a little bit, and Matt Telder just comes down and tail swipes him there. That's going to put Russell Brown on the outside. I don't know what's going on up here. The guys are racing hard. A little dirty racing, but that's what happens at short tracks. hard to say it's dirty when nobody's wrecking. So they're holding it together. Cody Boehm all over the back end of Matt Telder. Matt all the way on the apron trying to guard that. He's so far on the apron, the game registered him being on the in the pit lane. And Matt Telder making his car very wide. It's going to push Cody up the track. Matt Telder fighting really, really hard for this 4th place. Was able to hold off the push from Cody. Let's see doing some sort of defending there as he's going to give up the inside. Looks like Russell's going to get that run, so Matt Telder going to have to concede here as Russell has the inside. Cody Boehm going to go by, follow him through, so Matt Telder falls back to 6th place. Matt looking a little out of shape. Not sure if the contact had anything to do with that or he's just driving the hell out of that car, but seems to be struggling a little bit more than the guys that are around him. Good job. Jason Lautcher's there letting these guys go. Jason Lautcher's running 16th. Caught up in that accident, so see Matt Telder's continuing to slide backwards. This may have given up his tires. I don't think he really had any kind of damage from anybody, so maybe just tires starting to give up on him. You can definitely see how hard he was driving it. Once Russell Brown was able to get a little bit of clean air, he's actually the fastest man on the track, so he is starting to put a little gap on Cody. It was really, really good for him that Cody was kind of pushed up out of the groove and was able to get under him and Matt all in one go. So he's able to really set sail on these guys and start to work his way down and catch up to that 17 machine of Josh Oswald. Got 40 laps to go here. Dante Curtis into a little traffic here. You see that 03 machine on the back bumper of Davy Jones. With how many cautions is going on, guys are not going to want it to just move over. Dave Jones does. Moves over. Shows a lot of respect there. Lets the leader go. It's going to slow up Dante just a little bit, but he has a 4.5 second lead. I doubt that's going to be enough to make any kind of couple tenths here and there is not going to be enough, as somebody's going to have to dig down deep, find a little bit of extra somewhere. If you got a NOS bottle, if it's Fast and Furious, he'd be reaching down there. Tristan would be in loosening that knob, getting it ready to go. I don't think NOS is going to help you here. You're going to need something else. Dante is just rolling. If you're just joining us, this is the Slowball Derby 125. Definitely not slow as Dante Curtis, as he has led every lap so far, as we are 90 laps into 125 on Rebel Racing Network. And this is Thunderstruck, the Tour Mod division. Dante Curtis, Tristan, Russell Brown, a couple of these guys are brand new to the series. Looked Thunderstruck up on Facebook and joined a couple weeks ago, and has really set fire to this league, as they have shown to be the cars to beat every week so far. So this week is no different. Tristan Russell, a little bit more more down to earth, where Dante's a little bit more of an alien. He's just kind of out on his own world. out by himself. Still laying down the fastest laps on the track. So back here and check on this battle here. We're having a great little green flag run here. Really lets us see who's got what. As Mike Hasty trying to run down Mike Steffen. Mike Hasty, after all those incidents and all those issues he had, he is just now getting back to his starting spot if he can get around Mike Steffen. So very eventful race. I'm sure he'll be glad to finish this one out after being involved in a couple incidents that were really bad. Put him behind the 8 ball. So if he can get back up to where he started, that's probably not too shabby. So all right, well, we will definitely do that. Let's turn it up a little bit. Y'all tell me. Try to turn this thing up without... I don't want y'all to hear everything that's going on in here. Y'all let me know how it sounds. Go on board with Hasty here as we watch him try to work and get into that 6th spot right behind Mike Steffen. Hear that tire squealing as they go down in the corner. That car just wanting to push out into the middle. It's pretty loose on entry under the braking. Probably has the brake bias cranked down quite a bit just to help the car turn. And once it sets and gets settled in the middle, really having to put a lot of wheel into it. It's going to be hard to make a pass, having to put that much wheel into it. But all it takes is one little slip up here. And Hasty will make it around his teammate here, Mike Steffen. You know, while I'm up here running my mouth, Russell Brown was able to get around Josh Oswald, and so did Cody Boehm. So a couple guys showing some speed late in the race. Of course, we know Russell's got plenty of speed, so he is showing a lot of strength, being able to work his way back through the field after almost losing it. Working his way back up and starting to cut into that lead that Tristan has over him. So at this pace, he's definitely going to catch Tristan in the next 5 to 10 laps. Tristan seems to be off pace just a little bit, working around some lap cars, just being patient. We'll see this time by the line what they're running. Tristan ran a 18.73, and Russell Brown ran an 18.57. So Russell quite a bit faster. Definitely will catch him, but we'll see if he's able to make the pass. Go back to this battle between Mike Hasty and Mike Steffen. Right now, the closest battle on the track. Mike really pushing. Really pushing on the entry there. Trying to make up as much as he can. Well, let's check this battle here between second and third, as Russell has gotten caught up to Tristan here. Let's see if he's able to make the pass. We'll go on board with Russell here, as he is a good bit faster. I would imagine he's going to make quick work, and I don't think Tristan's going to put up too much of a fight, but we'll see. You see Tristan trying to get as much as he can off the corner, getting a little bit loose there. Russell really rotating really well in the center of the corner. It's a great run. He's going to look down to the inside, and Terry Bates is crashing. Back it up and see if we can see what happened. It looks like he's on pit road. So, yeah, Terry Bates gets into the wall, goes down into the grass, mows a little bit of grass, spins back up in front of the track, and immediately toes, gets all out of the way. Everybody was able to avoid him, but we are under caution. And I can tell you, Dante did not want to see that, as his main competitor, Russell Brown, is now going to be caught back up to him and is going to be in a great spot, be running third. We've already seen that top line. The 4 or 5 times we've seen a restart, we've seen that top line just not be able to hang on to it, and especially on old tires. I can't imagine that we're going to see that top line work at all. Well, 7th caution with 13 laps to go. We're going to go green with about 10 laps left. And Dante Curtis, still the fastest car on the track. I can't imagine, without any just major mistakes, anybody has anything for him. He seems to have the best car out of the whole field. He would have to have a major accident, somebody getting in the back bumper for any kind of issues. So if I had to pick somebody in the last 10 laps, I feel like Dante is going to be able to hang on to this one, but you never know. That's why we race it out. As his main competitor, like I said, will be right on his back bumper. I believe they're teammates, but we'll see if they work together on this restart. Hitman Monzo in the chat says, go number 17. Talking about Josh Oswald. Hitman, good to see you tonight. They let you off tonight, or you working? Well, all right. Lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go back green. 10 laps to go in the Slowball Derby 125. Hitman Monzo is working real hard watching this race. And I tell you, he's going to be working hard. Is Russell Brown, as he's going to get a great restart on the inside, going to get right to the back bumper of Dante. Tristan working that outside, but you see he's out of the groove, into the marbles, and he's going to lose one spot, maybe 2, as Cody is getting down to the inside. Got a couple guys going off the track. We're going to watch the front here as we see if Russell has anything for Dante. Had to work a whole lot harder to get back up to the front. Let's see if he has any tires left to make any kind of push for the win. As so far, so good. We got Nick Schaefer crashing, but he is getting it going. But we do have another caution. Thank you, Ratchet Miller. I got this thing. I'm holding it right up next to my face. Well, all right. Well, under our 8th caution, been a pretty messy one tonight, but Dante's going to have to think about it. That's probably the worst thing that Russell wanted to see starting second. You almost want to see somebody spin out and just slam on the brakes and drop back to third to be able to have the inside line. But I know Dante and Russell, I'm pretty sure, are teammates, so that maybe they'll work together, try to get a good restart where they both benefit, and try to stay ahead of Cody. Dante and Russell both have a 4,000 I rating, and that doesn't really mean too much, but I just want to highlight how well Cody Boehm, Josh Oswald have been able to hang on with, just a fraction of the I rating. So you can definitely tell I rating doesn't mean too much. Tristan actually fell all the way back to 5th place on that last restart, getting caught up on the high side. So it's something to think about if you're Russell. We've seen him be able to hold the outside a lot better than most. So if there's anybody who can do it, he can. Although the last time he did it, he ended up almost spinning out and dropping back a few spots. Well, Ratchet, I've been mentioning Dante Curtis all race long, and he hasn't been touched, had any kind of issues, not even close to a spin. So I don't know if the broadcaster curse is actually true or not, but I feel like I've said Dante Curtis's name 1,000 times, and he hasn't missed a beat. Looks like when we go green, we're going to have sort of a quasi green-white checker. Going to be about 3 laps to go. And I would imagine we're going to use up all the green-white checkers. I don't think we're going to make it to the checker flag. I don't think we're going to make 125. I think it's going to be a few more miles. That's just a guess. I don't know. There are 8 cautions. Had a nice little green flag run there, but now it's crunch time. There's not much time left. Guys are going to be battling for everything, every position they get. I just want to see how Russell Brown is going to deal with this outside, and how Cody is going to try to get to the inside as well. So it's going to be a fight for that line. You know Dante's going to get a great restart here. Let's see what happens. 3 laps to go. And you see them working together, but Cody able to make, and Russell's actually on his outside, and Cody gives the bumper to Dante. I don't mean to laugh, Dante, but I did talk about how you hadn't had any issues at all, and going down in the first turn of this green-white checkered, and Dante gets the bumper from Cody and sends him around. I don't really know. Let's go back and watch that again, as I guess there's some truth to this broadcaster curse. Russell Brown able to survive that as he goes around, but multiple guys able to get by him, so it didn't really help Cody that much. It looks like Cody's going to go ahead and get an EOL for that. So he'll be sent to the longest line. Ratchet Miller, I think we're getting 2 green-white checkers here. I'll tell you right here. All right, we're on 1 of 2. So that was, like I said, it was kind of a fake green-white checker. This will be 1 of 2. If we can't finish it here, we'll do it one more time, and that will be it. So Cody Boehm going back to the end of this longest line, which should put him still in the top 10, but depending on how the rest of this race goes, may be out of contention. But I tell you who's definitely out of contention, Dante Curtis, who controlled this race from start to finish, easily the fastest car. And with 3 laps to go, just a last-ditch effort from Cody to try to get that lead and try to get the win tonight. And he is going to be watching from pit road. But Russell Brown, what a great run from him, being able to get stuck on the outside, get into sort of an accident, drop back towards the top 10, and then work his way all the way back up to third, get a good caution, and stay out of that mess there by fighting hard on the outside. And he is now out front. So, in a good spot. Tristan in second place. Josh Oswald in third. I think Josh is in the best spot, starting behind the leader. But man, look at Mike Hasty, Kevin Anderson, guys who've had some issues now finding their way up towards the front on this first green-white checker. Well, all right, pace car is off. Tristan's got a little bit of a out front, but Russell gets a great jump, and Tristan goes right down to the bottom, and Kevin Anderson just plows into the wall. Not really sure what happened there. We're under caution again as we go on board with Kevin Anderson. What in the world happened there? Is we didn't even get across start finish line. He just kind of cleared himself across the front bumper of Michael Swink, who definitely was there. So you know, I don't know. He had the bottom. Not really sure. Maybe he just didn't know. The spotter didn't call or something. But man, I tell you what, we are down to our second and last green-white checker. Russell Brown still in the lead. Tristan, you know, hey, look, do the best you can with that last name in second. Josh Oswald in third. Mike Hasty in fourth. And Kevin Henderson still in fifth. See if that damage was enough to cause any issues. But let's talk a little bit about Brandon Wallace, who has been able to stay out of the mess for the most part. Car looks super clean in that 89 Eagle One machine. And he is running in sixth place, up 13 spots from where he started. Had to race his way in and is now running sixth. So, hell of a run for him. He's been kind of quiet. Haven't really talked too much about him, but he is definitely here when it counts. Under our 10th caution tonight, as Ratchet Miller is giving me heck for saying that the broadcaster curse didn't count for Dante. And man, first turn when it goes back green, Dante gets the broadcaster curse. So lights are still on the pace car, so we'll go another lap or two. Hitman Monzo says in Jago, you piece of shot. Brandon Wallace get a top 5. Well, can't tell if he's cheering you on or not, Brandon. And we see the lights go off on the pace car, getting ready. Last green white checker. There is a yellow flag before the white comes out. That will end the race, and we'll lock them down wherever the last timing loop was. So Russell, all he's got to do is get a good start, stay clear of that bumper. I don't think the 17 is going to send it in there and take him out, but we'll see. Pace car is in. Who's going to win it? Russell kind of slowing him down, but Tristan's going to try to get down to the bottom and does. Josh Oswald there with Mike Hasty side by side for third place. We're still under green. Going to keep it here on the lead. Dante Curtis has crashed again, and caution is out, and that will end it. Russell Brown is going to be your winner. Tristan going to finish second, and Josh Oswald finishes third. Kind of an anticlimactic race there as we let's go back and see what happened with Dante. We go fast forward, try to figure out what happened to him to bring out that caution. I ain't got a clue. So I think my box is not really showing what the. Well, that's because it wasn't on Dante. Three wide there with Dave Jones and just trying to make it work. Not able to get sideways, and that'll end the race. So, well, kind of a messy race, not gonna lie, but I tell you what. That's right, Matt Clement. I've been dodging that name for all night. So, well, all right. Well, let's get these guys in here. Let's get these interviews going. Let's talk to some guys, see what they thought about this race. We're going to bring Josh Oswald in and see what he thought about this race. Hey, Josh, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you. How are you?
Well, man, I always seem to be talking to you at the end of the race. We don't talk to you much at the first part of or at the first part of the race, and here at the end, here you are in third place, man. Kind of talk about your race and what you needed to do to get to the end and finish in third place.
Oh, this is a tough track. I mean, I was really just trying to bide my time in the beginning and just ride around and wait. And then a wreck happened up there with 78, and I forget what other car. And the 78 slid down the track. He hit me directly in the right front tire, gave me a 4X, and the car just, when we had that real long run, car just wasn't the same after that. It just started getting really, really tough to turn. So I didn't want to pit. Just, Stafford's a tough track to pass at. I didn't want to lose a track position. So I decided to tough it out, and I'm glad I did. I was able to avoid a few other messes later on, bring it home in the top 3.
Well, tell me a little bit about that hot side and trying to restart. We had 10 cautions tonight. Did you struggle trying to get down to the bottom? Was it just a mad dash to get down there, or were you able to try to make it work on the high side a couple times?
If you did it early, you could run around the top and you can make some ground because you can get a good momentum off the top because a lot of guys tend to overdrive the bottom here. It's really easy to do. So, I mean, it depends on really who's to the left of you, who you're trying to pass, But, I mean, you could make it work. Me personally, I think I only had to restart on the outside once tonight. So I got lucky all throughout the restarts for me anyway. And I was able to get a good restart and get back down to the bottom. I mean, that's where I like to run here. I'm not a huge fan of the top because that wall comes out and bites you quick on both sides of the track.
Absolutely. Well, the points are updated, and you have moved into the top 5 of the point standings as we look at them on the screen. Man, you're doing everything you need to do to work to points race. No wins yet. Where do you think you're going to get that first win, you think?
I'm hoping next week at Martinsville. Martinsville or Wilkesboro are good places for me. We still got Hickory and the Bull Ring coming up. We got lots of good tracks for me. I mean, I'm not really in it for the points this season. I mean, I skipped a race earlier this season, but so I mean, if I end up there, I end up there. If not, I'm just letting the points fall where they fall each week this season.
Well, all right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on a great finish, man. A good race from you. Looked like it was a lot of fun out there. So anybody you want to thank, any shout outs?
Absolutely. Everyone at Thunderstruck that helps me keep this going. Kai Shepard and Shapiettes for sponsoring the broadcast. You for doing the broadcast. Give a shout out to Magic Mike and my friends and family that watch and cheer at home, and Big Frig Coolers.
All right. Well, congratulations again, man. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring Tristan in here. Hey, is this Tristan?
No, it's Joey.
All right. Well, I don't know where Tristan is. He's not. he's not in Discord, so I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to talk to Tristan. I don't see him. If Tristan, if you're listening, hop in here and we'll get you after I talk to the winner. But let's go ahead and bring in the winner, Russell Brown Jr. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Well, hey, you had an up and down race. Your teammate Dante was pretty much dominating the whole race, and you had a little deal where you got out of the groove, fell back a little bit, and had to race your way back up the front. Got that caution to get caught back up. Kind of tell me about your race, what you thought of it, and how you were able to get this win tonight, man.
Well, I mean, we had a really good car. First off, I mean, I hate it for Dante. Dante should have won, but it is what it is. I mean, it's short track racing, and I really hate it for him. But we had a good race, and I was content with just kind of riding it out and kind of letting the car come in, and um, some of them restarts was a little bit hairy. I was trying to race clean. I mean, we come from a league that there's not a whole lot of bumping and banging that you're allowed to do, and we coupled them restarts. You know, some people were just kind of drive in using a bumper, which I mean it's perfectly fine. And I kind of we was racing hard, and me and Joey kind of touched. I don't know whose fault it was. Not a big deal, and it kind of moved me up the track, and I fell back a few spots, but car was good enough that where we could kind of drive back up there, and um, when the caution come out, I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if we have a shot with Dante, but maybe at least have a shot for second. And things just unfolded, and I mean, we wound up being able to take the win. Like I said, I mean, I hate it for Dante. He really should have won, but um, there's just nothing we can do about it now. I guess we can't hit rewind.
Well, Dante can take solace in the fact that we all saw him dominate the race. We know he was the fastest car, but the fastest car doesn't always win. And tonight it was you. But I do have a question about the outside. A lot of guys were not able to make the outside work. Really, really struggling. But you were able, man, on that, especially on that last restart, you were able to hang on the outside of Dante, man. What's the secret? What's the trick to being able to hold the outside? Nobody was able to do it tonight except for you.
Um, I really think it's just the balance of the car. I mean, it was really that good. I would have liked to have seen if we could have went green the whole way. Just how good both of our cars were. But I mean, at that point, it was that late in the race. I mean, I had to try to make something happen, and them restarts is everybody's real close on the restarts, and I knew that if I could at least stay on the outside of him coming off of two, that maybe there would be enough gap that either I can get in front of him or maybe kind of pull in behind him by the time we got to turn three, and we just kind of stuck out there and prayed for the best is what we did.
Well, all right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on the win. I think you definitely earned it. Even if Dante may have led the most laps and whatnot, but you definitely earned it, having to fight through adversity and come back up through the field and be there at the end to take advantage of that accident there and take home the win. So congratulations. Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I mean, thank DCD Designs, Russell Brown Race Cars, Russell's Distillery, Shaw Motorsports, and you know, the league for putting on these races. It's really fun to come run them. I kind of love driving the tour mods. They kind of become my favorite car to drive right now, and for y'all putting on the broadcast, man, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we enjoy watching y'all racing. Well, all right, man. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you, sir.
Now, Joey, are you Tristan on the leaderboard?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes it says Tristan. My son tends to race in other series, mostly dirt stuff with the same account, so it might be popping up that way. But yeah, it's actually Joey. So.
I got you. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry, man. Well, Joey, I tell you what, for all the folks at home that are watching, and for me, definitely want to know how do you say this last name, brother?
Basically, just say Lada, sir. So Lada, sir.
Joey Lattiser. I would have never gotten it.
You
Well,
got it.
I tell you what, man. Congratulations on second place. You're up. You started. Gosh, you started 10th and got all the way up to second place there at the end, trying to fight for the win. Able to come home second, man. It was a great run. Tell me about your race and how it went.
Yeah, well, I mean, initial start, I kind of just rolled the outside and picked up 2, 3 spots, kind of sneakily. Everyone's kind of bumper, letting up to get to the bottom, and I kind of just rolled the top, picked up a few spots that way, um, and then we just kind of settled in, and we were just able to save our stuff and avoid the first couple of wrecks that were in front of me. The one with Kevin,
I just missed that. Squeaked through the wall in the 78 car there, and kind of come out of there. I think in third place or fourth place, something like that. And then we just once we got the second, we just kind of I had a good battle there with uh, 00. We got together a little bit there after 3-4 laps side by side. I think he tried to maybe turn in what he needed to make his corner, and I probably held my line more than he was expecting or whatever. I don't think it was anything intentional there, but I'm glad to see he was able to come back and it didn't ruin his race. It just made him work a little harder for it, but he had better pace than I did. I figured I was probably a third place car anyway, so no, he was hunting me down before that third last caution there. He's catching me a couple of tenths a lap, so I knew he had better stuff than I did, so it wasn't going to be much of a fight. But turns out that taking that restart on the bottom on that second last restart and avoiding the deal with Dante and stuff, I just I just cut it to the infield and come out with second place, and we were able to hold off everybody else for the finisher.
Man, you love to hear it. Well, hey, look, second place, awesome run tonight. One of the biggest movers in the race. So congratulations on second place again, man. You got any sponsors, any shout outs, any friends and family that are watching you want to shout out?
Well, I'd like to make a shout out to my Roca boys there. I don't run into series very much. I have other series I run on Wednesdays and stuff, but with the holidays, everything opened up, so I was able to get in these cars. I haven't driven these cars in months, and I really do love them. I mean, they're a fun car to drive. They're high horsepower, lots of traction. You can really get up on the wheel with them. So I want to thank those guys, and especially like Mike Hasty and all that. He was good enough to get us some setups and kind of get us close to start off here because, like I said, I've been out of these cars for a little while, so it was nice just to jump in and get some laps in, and it was definitely fun, and I enjoy racing with this group. Hopefully, we'll be able to do it some other time here.
Well, all right. Well, Joey, congratulations. And, man, we'll hope to see you next week.
All right. You take care.
Well, there you have it. There's your top three. And we'll kind of go through the field here as we're looking at it. On the left side, we'll bring up the results and just kind of go through. No, we won't. But yeah, you see the results there. We'll go through them real quick. We know the top three. Let's start with number 4, Mike Hasty, Brandon Wallace there with the top 5. Kevin Anderson 6th, Cody Boehm 7th, Nick Schaefer's 8th, Michael Swink 9th, Hemi Gherardini able to recover and come home 10th. Last car on the lead lap. Dave Jones 11th, Jason Launchers 12th, 13th, Jesse Necula, Dante Curtis 14th, Michael Wambold 15th. Mike Steffen 16th, 17th, Matt Telder. A lot of guys who are running up front just got caught up in incidents, short track racing type stuff. Terry Bates in 8th, Ray Page 19th, and Sam Wetstein. The Sweatstein rounding out your field in 20th. So fantastic race tonight. Lots of cautions, but some of these flat tracks with just one line, you expect that. Guys really fighting hard to get a win. And tonight it was Russell Brown able to come home with the victory. So I want to thank all the Thunderstruck guys, all the guys who put in work, guys doing race control tonight. I believe Jason Warren and I believe it was Jason Warren and Aaron Johnson, maybe. I want to thank those guys for doing race control, keeping this stuff clean. And like I said, Josh Oswald for putting this on, and all the admins who put in a lot of work to make these series run. I definitely want to thank Kyle Shapper with Shappy Edits for sponsoring the series. Like I said, if you need a video, need something, some kind of video editing done, definitely reach out to him as he puts together some really fantastic stuff. I think he's actually headed off to deployment, so just want to wish him the best. I think he's leaving mid-January, so hope the best for him. Hope to get him back ASAP. And but good race tonight. Want to thank y'all for watching. Everybody in chat: Steve McDonald, Kevin Kinder, Matt Clement, Hitman Monzo, Ratchet Miller, and I think I'm missing Charles Stevens, Zach B. I don't know who B is, Zach, but glad to have you as well. So